This video explains the functions of the BC1612, BC1612 STS, and BC1612 STS CAD. The computers have a clearly structured display and are operated using 4 large buttons: the Mode 1 button at the bottom right, the Mode 2 button at the top right, the Reset button at the top left, and the Set button at the bottom left. In standby mode, the bike computers display the names BC1612 or BC1612 STS and the current time. When you set off on your bike, the computer is automatically activated. In the top right of the large, clearly structured display, you will find the current speed at which you are riding your bike. On the left is the information 1 for bike 1, or 2 if you are using bike 2. The middle line describes the functions in full text, while the bottom line displays the current requested values. Press Mode 1 to scroll through the various bike functions. You can access the trip time, the average and maximum speed, and the trip distance. Pressing the Set button enables you to scroll backward through the functions. Press Mode 2 to access the other functions. If you are using the BC1612 STS CAD, the cadence and average cadence are initially displayed. If you are using the BC1612 or BC1612 STS, the values are set to 0 and are hidden after 5 minutes. The time, stopwatch, countdown, trip section time, and temperature are also displayed. On the BC1612 models, you can start or stop the stopwatch by pressing the Set button. To delete the values, press and hold Reset. Stopwatch Reset appears and the values are reset to 0. Pressing Mode 2 takes you to the countdown function, which you can use for interval training, for example. If you press and hold the Set button, Countdown Set appears and the countdown timer setting can be configured. Press Mode 2 to enter the numbers and Mode 1 to activate the next position. Press the Set button to confirm your entry. We recommend that you configure this setting before setting off on a trip. The pre-configured countdown can now be activated by pressing the Set button. Pressing Mode 2 takes you to the next function. You can individually record trip sections of a total trip. To activate the trip section counter, press the Set button once. This function enables you to evaluate a trip section or interval training session without affecting the total values for the trip. When the trip section counter is activated, the icon TS appears on the display next to the speed. Pressing the Set button again stops the trip section counter. The trip section data can only be deleted in this function mode. Press Reset until Trip Section Reset flashes. After each trip, you can choose to delete further individual function values or all the recorded data for the current trip. If you want to delete individual values, you can access these by pressing the Mode buttons, then pressing and holding the Reset button at the top left until the values are visibly reset to 0. If you press and hold the Reset button for even longer, Trip Data Reset appears to indicate that all current trip data has been deleted. The total values, such as the total distance and total trip time, which are hidden during the trip, have not been deleted and can be displayed after each trip by pressing Mode 2. If you are using the device at dusk or after nightfall, you can activate the backlight by simultaneously pressing the Reset and Set buttons. Light On appears. The display lights up for approximately 3 seconds and then automatically goes dark again. Pressing any button now switches the light back on. To use a button for its usual function, you need to press it twice. The backlight function is deactivated by simultaneously pressing the reset and set buttons again.